If you clicked on this video with the preconceived notion that I was going to bash on Canon cameras and sing the praises of Sony cameras, well, you're sorely mistaken. You probably ought to go ahead and click off of this camera right now. Click off this camera, that doesn't make sense. And you probably ought to go ahead and click off this video right now, but give it a thumbs up before you leave. If, on the other hand, you want to hear my opinions on what it's been like for me switching from Canon to Sony, stick around for a little bit and I'll tell you just right now. So after switching to the A6400 from the Canon M50, I realized that techno FOMO is a very real thing. Initially, I had planned on making a video about this camera and the differences between it and the M50 and why I felt like this one was going to be the superior camera for me. However, after using it for a little while, I decided to make a video that's not about this camera, or really any camera specifically. It's more about switching from one camera system to another camera system, and maybe why you shouldn't do that. So no, this video is not about a specific camera. It's more about what these different cameras offer, or more really, what does that even mean? It's more about what these different cameras offer and these different camera systems, or more specifically, what we believe that they actually offer, because more often than not, what we believe they offer and what they actually offer are two different things. I think a lot of times what we're searching for is like a different point of view, something that we are looking for to improve our videos, that we think by getting a new piece of equipment or a new camera is going to give us that new perspective or point of view, and oftentimes that's just not the case. Now look, I'm not saying that you should never upgrade your camera or never switch from one camera system to the other. I just want to give you a little bit of food for thought in this video on why it's maybe not the best thing, especially if you're new to YouTube and trying to learn to make these videos. Okay, let's just hold up one second and let me introduce myself to you. My name's Frank and I'm the Tactical Traveler. I've been making videos on this YouTube channel for just over a year now. And while I've kind of been into video production off and on throughout most of my adult life, making videos on YouTube and this whole YouTube world's completely new to me. The reality that I've come to accept is that my vlogging style will be constantly evolving. It's like trying to hit a moving target. It's just not going to happen. And that's okay with me, because for me, the process is more important than the final product. I guess I'm one of those people that I enjoy the journey more than the actual destination. So one of the things that's tough for me is watching all of these other YouTube creators and their constant videos explaining what's the latest gear, and to fight the urge to get new cameras and new gear all the time, because a lot of the creators I watch on YouTube, and I love them, they're great, they're always getting the latest and greatest gear, they're always reviewing it, and they're making me feel like I can make my videos just a little bit better if I buy this new piece of equipment or if I buy this new gear. So while I enjoy my new camera quite a bit, and I really think it has some superior features and quite a bit better image quality, I've come to realize that rather than investing your money in new gear and equipment, you might be better served to invest your time in learning to optimize the tools that you already have. I know I didn't do that with the M50, and I'm gonna do it with this A6400, even though with all these Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever you want to call it, deals that they have out there, I've been so tempted to get another camera. Maybe I should go full frame. Maybe I need some different lenses. And the reality is, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface on using this camera yet. So for me, I gotta think about it like this. When I get that urge to buy some new camera gear, you have to ask yourself, what does this gear really offer that I don't have with the current gear that I'm using? And then you got to think about it. Is that really something that you need, or would you be better served investing more time and learning to use the gear you have in a more creative and compelling way to make better videos? So fast forward to where we're at today, and with the A6400, sure, the tech in this camera is far superior. It has features that my M50 did not have. Its image quality, in my opinion, is a little bit better as well. But if you followed my channel for any time period, or if you just go back and look at some of my other videos, you'll notice the time between videos has increased significantly. I'm putting out far fewer videos than I was putting out before. And there's a big reason for that. Most of it's because of this camera. So why, do you ask, does getting this new camera make me put out less videos? Well, I'll tell you, one of the big reasons is I've had to learn a new menu system and just how the camera operates in general. I kind of have to figure out like the menu settings and changing little things here and there to optimize the video that I'm getting. I may not even be happy when I get back with how this video looks. So for example, one of the reasons I wanted to switch to the A6400 from the M50 was because the A6400 offers a variety of color profiles or flat picture profiles that they have in there. One specifically I wanted to use was the HLG profile that I've heard so many of the creators that I follow using that profile. Well, one of the things I didn't know, and they never mention, is that's a HDR, high dynamic range profile. That sounds great, high dynamic range, that's what we want. That's what my cell phone does, that takes great pictures. Well, high dynamic range is for HDR monitors. So when I started filming my clips on this camera in the HLG profile, and then I import them into Final Cut Pro, they were a mess. They all looked blown out. My face looked all red. All the colors looked off. That probably took me about a week of researching, watching YouTube videos, looking at tutorials, and then doing enough test footage where I felt confident enough to take this camera out and make a video with it. My whole point of mentioning this is I chose to invest money in tools and technology in hopes that they would improve the videos that I made. Perhaps had I chose to invest my time in the tools and technology that I already had and learned to use those tools more creatively, the end result would have probably been better videos, and it would have probably come much faster. So that being Christmas time, I know many of us, including me, have been so focused on that shiny new gear, with whether it be for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or whatever other kind of scheme that they come up with to get us to want to buy the next best thing. What we're forgetting is the solution to making better videos that are more entertaining is rooted in the tools that we already all have and possess. Everyone knows the best way to improve at any skill is through practice. Buying new gear does not equal practice. What ends up happening when you buy new gear is you've got to learn that gear, and you're not spending time practicing making better videos. You're spending time practicing learning to use the gear that you just bought. I know for me, I thought getting this new camera was going to be like a giant leap forward in quality for my videos. I was going to like take my stuff to the next level. The reality is the quality of the technical quality of the video has increased a little bit, but me as a creator, I haven't really improved that much because I've been spending so much time learning to use this camera instead of learning to be better at making videos, if that makes any sense. So for me, while I expected it to be a giant leap forward, it may have actually been a little bit of a step backwards. So with all this said, I sure hope Santa brings everybody everything that they want as far as camera gear this year, but understand that you're probably not gonna improve as a video creator just because of the gear. It's far more than that. Well, I certainly hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.